May I have your attention, please? My name is Dr. Michael Stewart, and I serve as the Associate Vice President of Student Affairs here at Middle Georgia State University. As we prepare to begin our ceremony today, we ask for your assistance in assuring that the family member or friend you are here to see gets the recognition that they have so richly earned. The graduation procession will begin in a few moments and will be televised on the screens. Any guests not already seated at that time will be asked to remain where they are until the procession has concluded. After that time, guests will be ushered to their seats. We request that guests remain in their seats during the procession. A video recording will be available for you to share on our YouTube channel. Also, professional photographers will be capturing still shots of your loved ones as they make their way into the arena. During the ceremony, all of our graduates look forward to hearing their name called as they cross the stage. So we ask that you please limit your celebrations and hold your applause until the end, when our provost will invite you to join in offering your heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates. On a related note, while we believe that all of our graduates are important, honor graduates who are receiving bachelor's degrees are recognized with a Latin phrase given after the reading of their name. Those who graduate cum laude, which means with honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.5 and 3.7. Those who graduate magna cum laude, which means with great honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.7 and 3.9. And those who graduate summa cum laude, or with highest honor, earned a grade point average of between 3.9 and 4.0. As a final sound-related request, we ask that you check to see that you have silenced your cell phones. And lastly, we request that when the ceremony ends, you exit the building promptly and proceed outside to continue the celebration with your graduates. So, with those preliminaries out of the way, we invite you to enjoy the fall commencement ceremony of Middle Georgia State University.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. David Jenks, the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Middle Georgia State University. It is an honor to welcome you to campus. Today, President Blake and I join with MGA faculty and staff, along with parents, relatives, friends, and dignitaries, to celebrate our Fall 2022 graduating class. We extend our appreciation to all who have been involved in planning and preparing for today's commencement ceremony. Their efforts have made this a day you will remember. This commencement is one of 3 held on campus today, with 2 having taken place throughout the day yesterday. With more than 700 students participating in graduation this semester, holding 5 events across several days allows graduates to participate in smaller, more intimate ceremonies. In this way, these ceremonies let graduates celebrate their success alongside those graduating with similar degrees and will keep the ceremonies at a reasonable length. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the first row. You will notice there is an empty chair draped in a black cloth. The cloth has been placed there in remembrance of our beloved students, staff members, and faculty members that we have lost this academic year. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor their memory and the hard work and dedication they put into their time here at MGA. Thank you. Today, we celebrate a commencement, a new beginning. For graduates, that may mean moving away from an area of comfort, leaving the spaces of learning, and possibly parting ways with close friends. This commencement marks the beginning of a new pattern of life, a new schedule, and a new set of responsibilities. However, before the candidates for graduation move on, let us all enjoy this commencement ceremony and celebrate what has been accomplished. Now let's take a moment to recognize just how far all of our graduation candidates have come while so much in life has changed over the course of their studies. Graduates, if you're a first-generation student, please stand and remain standing. If you're a non-traditional student, please stand and remain standing. If you're a mother or father while being a student, please stand and remain standing. If you are or have been a first responder while being a student, please stand and remain standing. If you're actively deployed, an armed forces veteran, or in a military family, please stand and remain standing. If you had to work while taking courses, please stand and remain standing. If you're proud of the work you've done and are ready to receive your diploma, please stand and remain standing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fall 2022 class of Middle Georgia State University. Graduates, remain standing. You have received a great deal of help getting to this point. The support has come from many people in your life, including your family, your friends, possibly donors of a scholarship, and members of the Middle Georgia State University community. Let's take time to appreciate those who helped you get here today. Faculty members, please stand. The faculty at Middle Georgia State University have certified that all candidates have completed the requirements for their respective degrees. Their continuous support and dedication to higher education enable us all to be here today. Join me in thanking them with a round of applause. And remain standing. There are a few others who have helped you in your way. Parents, if you're in the audience today, please stand and remain standing. Grandparents, please stand. Spouses and children of graduates, please stand and remain standing. Siblings, extended family, partners, friends, please stand. If you helped someone receiving a diploma today, please know that we appreciate how important your support has been. Candidates, look around and find your people, find your support system. Think about those who couldn't be here today. Join me in another round of applause to honor those who helped you attain your goal of becoming a university graduate. And now, everyone remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. John Coder will play the national anthem for us as our singer is not able to make it. So, John, it's all yours.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated, everyone. Thank you, John. There is one other very significant group that has supported you and enriched your educational experience. The Middle Georgia State University Foundation strives to improve the lives of people in Middle Georgia by enabling our students, faculty, and staff to achieve extraordinary results. Some of our graduates have benefited from foundation scholarships. Many of you have participated in foundation-sponsored academic programs and activities, and all of you have studied in modern classrooms and labs and a library outfitted in part with foundation-funded equipment and technology. Ms. Mary McDonald, would you please stand? We deeply appreciate your role at MGA as the Vice President for University Advancement and the continued support and generosity of our foundation. Thank you for your leadership. Please join me in a round of applause in appreciation of our MGA Foundation. At fall commencement, the student speaker is not a member of the graduating class, but rather the president of the SGA, the Student Government Association, bringing you greetings on behalf of the students who follow in the graduates' footsteps. Our student speaker is a current senior who plans to graduate with a bachelor's degree in information technology in May 2023. Originally from Lagos, Nigeria, she has always had a flair for technology and hopes to one day secure a position as a cybersecurity analyst. Her hard work and dedication to her chosen field of study shows, as she has earned a spot on the president's list for 4 consecutive semesters. She is the 2022-23 president of Middle Georgia State Student Government Association and has served as publicity chair of the Campus Activities Board and is a member of the National Society for Leadership and Success. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Modupe Oyewale.
Good afternoon. The day that you all have been waiting for is finally here. For some of you it may not have been easy to get here, but guess what? You did it. Coming to college is a huge risk that some may underestimate. It can also be quite scary. Talking from experience, as I came all the way from Nigeria immediately after I graduated from high school to start my college education. The whole process was very scary for me, as I was very young at the time, and leaving the only place I've known as home to a new place on the other side of the world was an eye-opener for me. I had to learn to adapt to the new culture, make new friends, and basically be really independent as I was alone here. Although I have family and friends here in the US, but being far away from my immediate family and the only place I've known as home made me feel alone. Knowing that I could not go home easily if I ever felt homesick. Since I got here at MGA, I have been incorporating one of our core values, which is adaptability. It is also a core value that you all have incorporated in your lives. We went through a challenging pandemic, and you all still chose to put yourselves first and persevere to the end, despite the challenges faced. The huge step I took in coming here helped shape and mold me into the woman I am today. One of the results is me standing here talking to you as a Student Government Association president. It helped me understand that I can do whatever I want if I put my mind to it, and that the sky is not my limit, but a stepping stone which you all should abide by. Tom Brokaw once said, "You are educated. Your certification isn't your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to the good life. Let me ask you this, to think of it as an alternative. Think of it as a ticket to change the world." MJ Class of Fall 2022, congratulations. I wish you all a successful future as you move on into the next chapter of your lives. Thank you for choosing MGA as a stepping stone for you. I remember to take risks and keep chasing your dreams, and also, your MJ family is here for you. I wish you the best in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mo. Well, good afternoon. It's a happy day and a special day, and I'm honored as president of Middle Georgia State University to welcome our graduates, their families, friends, and faculty to this special day. My name is Chris Blake, and I have the honor of serving as president. And we today come to celebrate the accomplishment that you are attaining and embody in your work and your life. We are proud of the dedication that you have put forth to get to this milestone in your lives. At this point, though, in our ceremony, I have a special honor and pleasure, and that is to introduce our fall 2022 commencement speaker. As 78th Air Base Wing Commander at Robbins Air Force Base, Colonel Lindsay C. Droz commands more than 2,700 personnel assigned to 3 groups: a communications directorate, an operations support squadron, a controller squadron, and 17 wing staff agencies. She is directly responsible for logistics, medical, civil engineer, security, and mission support functions, in addition to managing facilities and equipment valued at an $8.1 billion value and executing an operating budget of $170.8 million. She trains, deploys, and redeploys more than 1,800 airmen annually in support of Air and Space Expeditionary Force and combatant commander requirements. Additionally, if that wasn't enough, Colonel Droz serves as the installation command supporting the base's 54 mission partners, including a major command, an air logistics complex, and 3 wings on the 7,000-acre installation, Georgia's largest single-site industrial complex. She's responsible for the safety, security, morale, and welfare of more than 23,000 total force airmen assigned to Robbins Air Force Base and the 28,000 local dependents and retirees. Colonel Droz commissioned in May 1998 after graduating from the U.S. Air Force Academy as a distinguished graduate. She has held a variety of assignments at both the wing and staff levels, heading operational maintenance on the F-16, the F-117, and the F-15E aircraft weapons systems. She has deployed in support of Operations Northern Watch, Iraqi Freedom, and Enduring Freedom. It is a great honor and tremendous pleasure for me to ask you to give a Middle Georgia State welcome to our distinguished and illustrious commencement speaker, Colonel Lindsay Dross. Colonel.
He told me he had the brief version. That was not the brief version. Okay, so good afternoon. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. I would like to echo my congratulations to the graduates, families, friends, staff, professors, everybody who made this possible. This is truly a team journey. I am really, really honored to be here. I'll just say this up front, I'm an introvert. Public speaking is not my forte, and every time I hear myself announced, again, he said it was the brief version, it wasn't, I wonder actually who provides the bio, because that's not how I see myself. I was in your seat, all right? I see myself as, yes, I'm a colonel, I'm a wing commander, I've got a degree, all that. But I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a leader, you know? I'm a horrible singer, but a pretty good athlete. I'm just a normal person, right? But I'm a million other things. But at the end of the day, I just want to be somebody who makes a difference. I want to make a difference in the lives of my airmen, and I want to be somebody who can be counted on. And I see myself in this way because I remember where I came from. I remember what it took to get here, and more importantly, who was with me on that journey. And I refuse to take anything like that for granted. And you have to remember that life is a journey. This has all been a journey. And it's important to celebrate the steps along that journey, and the steps are so much better if you remember why you're celebrating. So when I was invited to give the speech today, I didn't hesitate to say yes, but then immediately went, oh crap, what am I gonna say? Because this is important, this is huge. And I don't know that I can be profound enough to do justice to this occasion. You know, this is a massive event. So I came up with some ideas and themes, and about 40 pages later, I decided I'm just gonna speak something near and dear to my heart. Failure. Bear with me, all right? Yes, your commencement speech is gonna be about failure and adversity. I'm not saying that you failed, far from it. The fact that you're here means you are a resounding success, and you're gonna be for the rest of your lives. Because you've demonstrated grit and determination, and you've had love and support, and you've demonstrated that you can suffer through the long hours, right? You've taken tests, you've written papers, you've demonstrated skill, and you've probably suffered through at least one computer failure that made you redo work, right? But the successes aren't gonna be what you remember. You're not gonna remember the class you aced. You're not gonna remember the things that went really well. Everything happens for a reason, and through the fires of adversity, excellence is forged. When I started my undergraduate degree, I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer, and I wanted to be a pilot, because that's what people at the Air Force Academy did. So I took my first calculus class, and it was a complete blur, but I remember I sucked at it. It was horrible. I hated it. I barely scraped through by the skin of my teeth. But there was another class I didn't do well in either. It was behavioral science. I got a B-. But I loved it. I was passionate about it. I mean, I saw my classmates effortlessly going through life, doing their calculus and designing satellites in their spare time. And I was like, why can't I do that, right? But I found something that I was passionate about. It meant something to me. And besides, I was still going to be a pilot until my senior year. And the medical doctor calls me up and says, hey, it says here you got a history of migraine headaches. And I said, yep. They said, congratulations, you're not going to fly for the Air Force. So the senior year, I was like, well, what am I going to do? I love airplanes. I love people. And I just threw a dart at the board and said, I want to be a maintenance officer. Everything happens for a reason. I would have been miserable as a pilot. I get airsick. It's probably not a good, should have been self-critiquing at that point. But I love what I'm doing. I love leading airmen. I love watching them tear down airplanes into little pieces and put them back together. I love being on the flight line at 4 a.m. with the afterburners going, watching fighters take off down the runway. I love being part of a team that solves problems and getting the mission done. And I am grateful for every opportunity that I have that stems from those failures, because they shaped who I am today. They help me appreciate my successes instead of taking them for granted. So you're not going to remember the class you aced, but you're going to remember the group project that went horribly wrong, right? You're going to remember the interpersonal deconfliction you had to get through and that person you wanted to throttle, right? You're going to remember that you learned something from the class that you had to go to your teacher's office and get a lot of extra instruction on. You're going to remember the flight lesson or the maintenance task that went wrong. You're going to remember when you tried to do a power on stall of an aircraft and you accidentally put it into a spin, right? That was just me. Okay, sorry. Anyway, you're going to remember the paper that you got back with "Please see me" written at the top, or the "oh crap" moment in the tower, or the million other things. You're going to remember having to prioritize everything in your life and the million things that are going on, and making the decision, you know what, I'm going to go out and celebrate with a friend, or I'm going to give up 30 minutes of studying because I want to read a bedtime story to my child. That's what you're going to remember. There's a concept called grit, and while you may not have heard it called that, you all have it. It's demonstrating passion and perseverance towards a goal despite being confronted by obstacles and distractions. Because in failure, you find success. Thomas Edison once said, "I didn't fail. I found 10,000 ways that won't work." And you have chosen a path and a profession that requires passion, that requires compliance, but needs constant innovation. Most people look up into the sky and they see an airplane. You look up into the sky and you see a design. You see the aircraft being produced. You see the maintenance and the overhaul. You see the airport operations, the controller keeping the airspace safe, and the operator and the pilot and the crew executing the mission. And honestly, I don't want anybody in any of those key roles that hasn't experienced adversity, who doesn't have grit. So today, as you prepare to walk across the stage, I challenge you to look back on that journey. I challenge you to look at all the people that helped you make it here, and appreciate all of those folks, and acknowledge that your individual effort and determination that you exemplified. But your journey isn't over. And what you went through is just the first step. I am truly honored and humbled to be part of this celebration here today with you. And thank you for letting me be a part of it. And I'm really excited to see you out there in the workforce on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Rose. Good information to have going forward. On behalf of the Middle Georgia State University faculty, it is my honor to congratulate the fall 2022 graduates on this special occasion. Commencement is a time of recognition of your academic accomplishments, so we join your families and friends in celebrating your success. Are you all ready to walk across the stage? It's always a good time. You have one final assignment. In a moment, I'm going to call for the caller to step up and start calling names, and you'll be directed to walk around. As you come across the stage, you will stop right here. That is your last assignment. You have one job. You have to take a picture with the president. Don't walk past him. He will stop you. It is a requirement for graduation. And now, assisting with the presentation of degree candidates, our President Blake, the academic deans, our interim registrar, Mr. Jed Edge, and our commencement caller, Dr. Kevin Cantwell.
Good afternoon. I'm Kevin Cantwell, professor of English and special assistant to the president at Middle Georgia State University, and it is my pleasure to call forth each of the graduates participating in today's ceremony. Candidates for degrees in the School of Aviation, Please come forward by row when directed to receive congratulations from Dean Clark, Provost Jenks, and President Blake. Larry James Adam, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Titus L. Anderson, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Katie Elizabeth Barlow, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Chris Bonmar Brunton, BS in Aviation Science and Management. George Takara Camp, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Michael Adam Cheney, Jr., magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Jody Brooke Cole, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Elijah L. Coles, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Ben J. Durfee, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Jacob M. Esel, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Gavin N. Finneth, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Niall A. Goodwin, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Nathaniel B. Green, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management.
Magna cum laude and President's List.
Romaine Hines, magna cum laude and President's List. Garrett J. Hoffey, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Jared L. Horton, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Madison L. Dockstetter, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Hannah C. Holton, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Thurman X. Holmes, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Dalton G. Dismuck, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Daniel Henry Johnson, BS in Aviation Science and Management.
Pronounced Antoine.
Antoine Alexander Kerr, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Brent Ashley Lamb, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Jack Lawson, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Matthew G. McIntosh, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Aaron D. Morris, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Alexis B. Nava, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Hayden Lane Norris, BS in Aviation Science and Management. John T. Owens, BS in Aviation Science and Management. William Mitchell Perry, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Kathleen Kaleem A. Santos, BS in Aviation Science and Management. James J. Simon, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Rakesh Suknanan, magna cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Joseph Waters, cum laude, Dean's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Tyler James Zacher, magna cum laude, President's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Alexander D. Zhelaskov, summa cum laude, President's List Scholar, BS in Aviation Science and Management. Aaron Clamp, AAS in Air Traffic Management. Julissa Burnett Gaither, AAS in Air Traffic Management. Enrique Garcia, AAS in Air Traffic Management. Ogla Godarzi, President's List Scholar, AAS in Air Traffic Management. Jolone A. Johns, AAS in Air Traffic Management. Evan Nathaniel Lawing, AAS in Air Traffic Management. Joshua Michael Boland, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Carson B. Cook, President's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Joshua L. Harris, Dean's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Jorge Hernandez, President's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Mason Bradley Johnson, Dean's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Evan M. Key, President's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Isaiah M. McDonald, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Jeremy Lewin Nguyen, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Austin T. Owen, President's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Nathaniel W. Redding, President's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Logan S. Stanchek, Dean's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Richard Lawson Young, President's List Scholar, AAS in Aviation Maintenance Technology. Jeremiah Lee Branton, 1-year certificate. Tyler Carter Munford, 1-year certificate. Peter Grant Nugent, 1-year certificate. Tyler A. Singley, 1-year certificate.
1-year certificate as well.
Eric Brandt Nielsen, 1-year certificate.
We'll give them just a moment to get back to their seats. And you all did a fantastic job. Everyone stopped. I guess you get to graduate now. This is one of my favorite parts of the ceremony. President Blake, on behalf of the faculty, I proudly present these candidates who have now satisfied all requirements for graduation and ask that you confer upon them their respective degrees.
So candidates, in just a few seconds and a few words, you will symbolically transition your life to that of a graduate. So small moments and a few words can sometimes mean a lot, and this is an important moment. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I, President Christopher Blake, hereby confer upon each of you the degree or certificate you have so diligently pursued, with all the rights and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations, class of 2022! Woo! And I tell you, I'm so very proud. You're going to be great, calm, and cool aviators. We're all going wild in the audience here, and you are just keeping it all nice and moving forward as it should be. You have earned an additional right, signifying the moment that you just went from a candidate to that of a graduate. We'll engage in a little tradition we do here at Middle Georgia. I'm going to ask these wonderful alumni that we are welcoming back. Welcome back, alumni. These are they used to be in your seat. Come through. I'm going to have our alumni, who we are thrilled to have back at Middle Georgia State, they are going to ask the first row in a moment to stand, and then they are going to move. You see the tassel? This is sewn. I wish it wasn't. Yours at the moment should be on the right side of your hat, but when you're a graduate, it's going to move to the left. So what we're going to do is have the alum ask the first row to stand in a moment, and then move your hat. Then first row, you have to go round to ask the row behind to stand, and you do the same. Imagine you're working your way down, or let's say a plane. That's what we're doing here. So, first row, will you stand, please? And we count down. 3, 2, 1, stop. Turn around. Second row, stand. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduates. Whee! Please finish. Please be seated. So, and now with your new title, graduates. So graduates, our faculty over here and the staff in this room and elsewhere have sought very much to encourage the best in you, and I applaud them because they have stood with you and helped you get to this point. Some of you will be coming back to Middle Georgia State, and we're delighted if you do that. Others of you will now move on in your lives and your careers and your livelihoods. But wherever you go next, you will always be our alumni. You will always be alums of Middle Georgia State University. This is a special and an enduring relationship, and we at the university will always have pride in your accomplishment. I have one very important request to ask of you. I would ask you to share your knowledge and your credential for the rest of your lives with your families, with your communities, and with the world in which we live. As educated individuals, it is our responsibility to help our communities and our society appreciate the value, the purpose, and the help that a degree can bring. Your degree has been granted to you individually, but it is there to empower not just you, but all of us, for the common good. And throughout this ceremony, we've been talking about this transition that you are now making. You are at a pivotal time, but so is this university. We now say goodbye to another graduating class. And so to honor that, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the song that we sing at this time, our alma mater. It's a tradition we began when we became a state university in 2015, and we will go on doing this into the future. So please direct your attention to the video screens and enjoy a performance of our alma mater in honor of your graduation by the MGA Chamber Singers under the direction of Dr. Rebecca Lanning.
Through the rolling hills of Georgia, in the heart of the great Peach State, we build our future-shaping lives. The quest is ours to take, with boundless possibilities and the lessons of the past. We sons and daughters of MGA, our friendships ever last. We knights of truth and honor, with knowledge as our sword, we raise our voices loud and clear, our hearts at MGA.
I extend to you, as president of the university, our best wishes as you prepare for this next phase. We're grateful that you chose Middle Georgia State. There are many fine institutions, but we honor the fact that you chose here. We hope that Middle Georgia has earned your respect so that you will become goodwill ambassadors for our institution. I thank all who have come to celebrate your accomplishment. I thank our platform party, in particular thanks to Mo and to Colonel Jaws for their honoring us with your presence. Would everyone please stand now for the recessional. To family and friends in the audience, please remain in your seat until the last graduate has left the floor. It is my honor to say that these commencement exercises are hereby concluded. Goodbye and God bless. Thank you.